Hello, everybody. Donald Trump signed an executive order. It must have been a very important one because there were so many people standing behind him. Actually, it was about something else. But since Calmly Unhinged is about the unhinged statements of Donald Trump, I can't really say that it was basically a commercial for a Trump medication website. Still, I'm going to read a part of that commercial precisely because it's so unhinged. Here we go. This order will clear away unnecessary bureaucratic hurdles, improve data sharing among the FDA and the Department of Veterans Affairs, and facilitate fast rescheduling of any psychedelic drugs that become FDA approved. And we think many of them will go very quickly. I have to say the most favoured nations pricing that I established, has been knocking the cost of drugs down by 50, 60, 70, 80%. It's incredible. The press refuses to write about it. I think it's probably as big as what we're talking about today. The drug costs are going down. And by the way, Trump RX, which is the way you go to get your very low-cost drugs. But when you think, in my first term for 28 years, drug prices went up, and I got it down 1/4 or 1/8%. I was so proud of myself, the only one that in 28 years got them down. And I had a news conference to explain how great I was. I said, I'm the greatest there ever was. I got it down 1/8%. Okay, I was very proud because it only went up for 28 years. It went up. Now I got it down a little bit, and now I got it down 50%, 60%, 70% with these guys. So now I am, but nobody wants to write about it. But it doesn't matter because the people have found out, and they're getting, we were the highest. We were the highest in the world by far. Sometimes would be 10 times higher than other countries. You'd buy a drug, I call it the fat pill or the fat drug. You'd buy it in London. You'd buy it for $10 for a pill, let's say, or a pill generally. But actually, to be specific, London, $87. New York, $1,300. I said, how can that be possible? How can it be possible? $87. And actually, a friend of mine called me up and he said, he's a very rich guy, and he happens to be on this Ozempic, I guess at the time. And it was not working. By the way, guy was extremely, extremely successful, but highly neurotic, had a lot of problems. I will not mention his name. He's begging me not to mention because he's become quite famous. He's a big factor here. But he's very smart, very rich guy, very, very successful guy. He said, hey, President. He used to call me Donnie. Now he calls me President. Sound of respect. He said, I'm in London. I bought this stuff for $87. In New York, I pay $1,300. What's going on? I said, well, that's the way it is. We pay the highest prices in the world. And it sort of hit me that how ridiculous it is. Made, by the way, he checked it. He had a whole big research done on it because he couldn't believe it. Made in the same factory, same place, same everything was the same except the price. And now we are the lowest price. We are tied. In other words, whatever the lowest price in the world is, that's the price we pay. That's a tremendous difference. So we'll be paying. They go up a little bit. So the 87 will go like to 120, and we'll go down from 1,300 to 120. So we'll have these massive price cuts, and they've already started, and I think it's one of the biggest things. But unfortunately, the press doesn't like to talk about it. But because it's, if I were a Democrat, it would be headlines all over the place. But so I do that. That's why I like live television, actually. It's great because you can't do any cutting. But I was so honoured by that. And that's going to have a huge impact on this also, because the pricing, not only is it important, but the pricing is, going good. So, that's it for now. Thanks for watching, and let me know in the comments what you thought it was. See you later. Bye! 1.